They told you Resurrection Day was about one thing, Jesus rising from the dead. But what if that's only the beginning of the story, not the end? What if the real power of the resurrection isn't just about what happened to him, but what's supposed to happen to you? Because Jesus didn't come out of the tomb just to prove who he was. He came to show you who you are when death no longer has a final word. You've been celebrating the empty tomb, but have you been ignoring the invitation it brings? The resurrection wasn't just an event. It was a declaration, a spiritual alarm clock meant to wake the dead parts of you that life has buried. Jesus didn't rise so you could sing about victory. He rose so you could live in it. But here's the shocking truth. Many people believe in the resurrection but still walk around spiritually dead. You quote, "He is risen," but anxiety rules your mind. You wear the cross, but fear grips your heart. You sing about power, but live like you're powerless. That's not what Jesus meant when he said, "I am the resurrection and the life," John 11, verse 25. That wasn't a metaphor. That was a mirror. You're supposed to reflect that resurrection, not just one day, but every day. The early believers understood this. That's why Paul said, "I die daily." And why Romans 8 verse 11 reminds you that the same Spirit who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. But the enemy's greatest strategy is to keep you distracted, celebrating a resurrection in history while denying the resurrection in your identity. There is a power you haven't accessed because you've been treating Easter like a holiday instead of a spiritual reality. The resurrection is not an annual sermon. It's a call to war, to rise from the grave of your shame, to step out of the tomb of fear, to roll away the stone of doubt that's been blocking your purpose. Jesus didn't come back from the dead so you could return to normal. He came back so you could never be normal again. That's the mystery so many miss. Resurrection isn't just about Jesus escaping death. It's about you escaping everything that's been killing you slowly. The addiction, the guilt, the self-hatred, the quiet compromises that suffocate your spirit. He didn't leave the grave so you could keep living in one. And if you truly believe in resurrection power, then why do you keep clinging to things that died at the cross? Why are you still nursing old wounds that his blood already healed? Why are you still living in survival mode when you were called to resurrection mode? Here's the hidden truth. Resurrection always comes at a cost. Something has to die before something can live. That's why your pride feels attacked. That's why your old identity feels like it's falling apart. That's why relationships that were never aligned with your purpose suddenly don't fit anymore. That's not chaos, it's resurrection. It's heaven rearranging your story so the spirit can breathe again, so the bones can rattle, so the grave clothes can fall off. But you have to stop treating resurrection like a story and start treating it like a standard. Jesus didn't rise so you could feel better about death. He rose so you could finally live, live with power, live with clarity, live with the fire of someone who knows death has no claim on you. So let me ask you this. If today really were Resurrection Day in your soul, what would you walk away from? What would you leave in the tomb? What lie would you finally bury? Because the stone has already been rolled away. The invitation has already been sent. The only thing left is your decision to rise.